Hey guys, I'm Gotti Schwartz. I'm a reporter with NBC News, and we were just given some pretty rare access by a property owner here in the desert of New Mexico. So we wanted to kind of take you along, show you what's going on, so you have a clear picture of what happened here. There's some things that we're not going to show you just because they're sensitive in nature, but there are some things that kind of just show how disturbing the scene was when investigators rolled up. So just to set the scene, this is a place in northern New Mexico. Right now we are just south of the New Mexico-Colorado border, and this right here is a compound where investigators say that they believe a family was living here. 11 kids found in states of starvation, and they might have been trained here to carry out school shooting. So it's pretty hard to believe that children could be taught how to carry out a school shooting, but some of the things that we're seeing around this compound kind of fit with the narrative that police have put forward. So this right here is the outside of the compound. You can see there are two different walls. This one is a berm built up of tires, and then there's an earthen berm on the other side, and then you've got this is kind of this makeshift shelter, and then you've got this tunnel that goes under here all the way in, and this, I'm just gonna walk down here, and again, we have permission from the property owners to be here. They're very angry, they're very frustrated with investigators, and investigators have already cleared the scene. This is no longer a crime scene. So again, we're not going to show you anything that's private information, but we are going to give you kind of a look as to the living conditions. Just take a peek inside of here, and then you've got things like this 223, and then you've got some sort of Bushmaster. Now, we understand that police have taken out most of the guns. You've got some gun cases over there and some gun cleaning kits, but this is the condition that that family was living in. It was 5 adults and 11 kids, and this is where they were living. There were firearms here within reach of the children, and the property owners actually came back after this area was cleared, and investigators said that they were done searching for evidence, and the property owners found 2 more guns. They found a shotgun, a tactical vest, and a pistol, and a bunch of cameras. So they turned that over to investigators, but they were very frustrated. They don't think that there was a thorough job done. There's some other stuff. This right here is a Quran that's open. There's quite a few Qurans on this property, and there's also one Bible. But we do know that this family was Muslim, and in fact, one of the fathers, the father that was being sought for kidnapping, was in fact related to a very well-known imam in Brooklyn, New York, and that imam has been indirectly linked with some terrorist attacks. A terrorist attack in 1993 of the World Trade Center. So we're still looking into that. This is the back area. And right now, investigators don't have anything tying that imam to what was going on here in New Mexico. It sounds like they came out here because they had gotten a report that the family was starving. Somebody here sent a note out to the outside world basically saying that they needed food, they were broke, and they were starving. So that's what precipitated this raid. But the property owners here say these people were squatting here for quite some time. They were told about them, and they didn't do anything for months. And so the property owners, they think that if something would have been done much sooner, they may not have found a child's body buried in one of these tunnels over here. Now, this area back here, this is a makeshift firing range. It looks like it was used for target practice, and this is where investigators believe that those children may have been receiving advanced weapons training, which is pretty alarming. There were kids from ages 1 to 15 that were here, and they were living here in the desert without access to running water, electricity. But then there are some weird things that you find in this compound. One of the things that we found was a Karma drone and batteries to it, GoPro 5s, some pretty expensive equipment. So it seemed like the kids were starving. They were found in rags, according to police, and yet they had this really expensive electronic equipment. And that over there, that's the compound. I want to show you this because it's pretty remarkable. Over here, they buried a lot of stuff, including like a camper down in that shelter. And then right over here, here it is. I'm going to show you this. This is in the middle of the desert. You've got this small hole, and this small hole is basically a ladder to a tunnel, and that tunnel extends all the way inside of that shelter. So it looks like it was some sort of escape hole or an escape tunnel. We'll go back inside and I'll show you that really quick. But it extends about 150 feet. And apparently investigators, the first time they were here, they did a cursory search. They removed, I believe it was 5 guns, 1 assault rifle, and 4 pistols, and a lot of ammunition. But they were still looking for a small boy, a 3-year-old boy named Abdul, and they couldn't find him. So apparently, after interrogating and questioning some of the members of the family, they were told that that boy was here, still in the compound, and they came back and they searched. What they were told was the tunnel, and this is that tunnel. So it drops down, and it goes about 150 feet in. There's a lot of different passages, so it looks like it splits off to the right, splits off to the left. And we're not exactly sure where the boy was found, but we understand that the body was found in a state of decomposition, and it looked like it had been there for a little while. And right now they're running tests to determine whether or not that small body was in fact the body of Abdul. So that's one of the things that we're expecting to hear from investigators pretty soon. We're also hearing that investigators may be filing more charges in the coming days. So very difficult scene to take in here. But you know, right now there are a lot of different versions of events that are going on, and I figured it was best to take you guys here and show you exactly what we're seeing, and give you an idea of what investigators are talking about when you see the allegations on the news.